Hey guys, how's it going today? Got a deck profile here for you. One of my good friends who I play test with and get to play MetaX with schooled me the other day with this deck. I was clearly not prepared, so I wanted to highlight this deck today for you and show you nobody's really been talking about a list like this, so it was nice to get beaten by it so that I can watch out for it and know how strong it actually is. So first up, we've got 3 Vixen. She's like the main engine of the deck, and I was kind of sleeping on her. I didn't really know what I was going to pair her with or what was going to be good. I didn't realize how powerful that effect was actually going to be until it was used against me. And it turns out that her effect says whenever you discard a card from your hand, draw a card. And it ends up drawing you a lot of cards with the way this deck is put together. She's really important to your engine, but she's not like make or break. She just helps drastically speed things along. Next, to go alongside Vixen, we've got 3 Cyborg. Cyborg says when he comes into play, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. So if you already have Vixen out, you'll draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and then draw 1 more card. So the filtering is really nice with the pair of Cyborg and Vixen here. Cyborg allows you to get rid of too many characters that you have, or dig for the battle cards if you're not seeing any, or for important event cards, while getting important cards in the discard pile and letting you see more of your deck. So that's good. He also gives 3 MP, which is nothing to laugh at. Next we play, Matt plays, I guess, 3 Deadman. Deadman says when he comes into play, place a battle card from your discard pile into your hand. So, because you are discarding cards a lot and drawing so many cards, using your battle cards is really important. Deadman lets you get back some of the really important battle cards to keep abusing with Vixen, or to draw extra cards, or to help block attacks. It's nice sometimes to be able to play a character and just get to pick any battle card in your discard pile to reuse again. Especially when you see the battle cards in the deck, you will see why Deadman is so important. Next he plays 3 Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's got a really good stat line. She can perform almost every attack in the deck, which is that kind of follows suit with every character in the deck so far. It's really designed so that they can all perform almost everything. Harley gives 3 MP, which is great, and her ability to just like get an extra victory point when she dies is really nice. This deck is pretty aggro. It's attacking constantly, drawing lots of cards. It's able to keep up. So being able to just swing with Harley and make your opponent decide like they're going to have to spend a lot of resources to deal with her. I see her popping up in a lot of decks. I really like Harley Quinn. She's definitely a threat. I would say if there was one room or one card in the character slots to be tweaked in this deck, it could be Harley Quinn. There could be some other cool tech choices as a 3 of, or like a 2 and a 1 of or something. So I would say Harley might be one of the first characters out, but she does work really well in an aggro deck, because if she dies by combat, then she still can get you that victory point as if she connected. So that's why she's in the deck. Lastly, because it's pretty aggressive of a deck, he plays 2 Flash. Flash says he can attack the turn he comes into play. It's nice if you've got a full board out there and you just want to try to throw heavy attacks out of nowhere. That's kind of what the deck is doing. It constantly has the cards for you to do it. You're attacking, so your opponent's going to be blocking and killing your characters. Almost every character in the deck, except for Flash, has a maximum rank of 5 or less, so they are dying to most attacks, which is nice so that you can replace them with the other cards to get their effects, and to drop the Flash towards the end of a game, or in the first turn of the game, just get a free victory point right off the get-go. Flash is really fun. He's the only guy who can attack right away. He's the fastest man alive, so it makes sense. Moving on to the event cards here. This card here, Joke's on You, pairs really nicely with Vixen. This card says, place 2 battle cards from your discard pile into your hand, and then discard a random card from your hand. So, when you're drawing so many cards like you will be with this deck, all of a sudden you have a 5-card hand, and you play Joke's on You to put 2 cards into your hand. Now it's a 7-card hand. To discard one of those cards randomly, the likelihood of you discarding the 2 cards you just placed in your hand is pretty low, considering you had 5 other cards in your hand. And normally, you put the best battle cards in your hand and hope that you discard one of your extra characters or something. But with Vixen out, when you discard that random card, you get to draw a card from your deck. So this card has super value for only 1 cost. Vixen makes it really potent. It's even beneficial when you have no cards in your hand. You put 2 of the exact same battle card in your hand, discard 1 of them, draw a card. Now this 1 MP got you a choice of a battle card from your discard pile and draw a card off the top of your deck. Like, that's really good just with Vixen, even if you have no cards in your hand. So, definitely always value with Joke's on You with Vixen in play. Next, he plays 2 Overboard. This is a pretty cheap MP card. It says discard a character from your hand with a maximum rank of 5 or less to draw 2 cards. As I pointed out earlier, that's almost every character in the deck except for the Flash. And when you discard that card, you'll proc Vixen. So with Vixen out, this card will draw you 3 cards for 2 MP. It's one of the best draw power in the game at that point in events. It's pretty good. You're going to be drawing a lot of cards inherently in this deck, a lot of draw power, so you will have extra characters, so that effect is never too detrimental, and you've got ways to reuse them, so you're never too worried about discarding your extra cyborgs if you don't want to keep drawing. He plays 1 Rebirth. Because the deck does discard a fair amount of cards, you want to be able to, in the later game, hold on to this and put, when your deck's down to 7 or 10 cards, because you're drawing so many, put the best 3 cards back into the deck to finish it out. You might be able to go up on Rebirth, maybe not. It seems like it's a strange fit at 1, but it is good it does protect you against mill sometimes for that 1 extra turn to connect the points of damage since you are aggressive, so that is kind of a nice thing about it. Lastly, he plays 3 right on target. Unfortunately, I only own 2 of them, so I have a proxy here for the 3rd one, but this card costs 6 MP, and it's an event. It says, return target character to its owner's hand. This card is very good. The deck generates a lot of MP, and the other events don't take too much MP because you want to use that MP for this card. Since you are an aggressive deck drawing a lot of cards, your opponent is going to still need to attack you to deal damage, but they're going to try to leave their best guys up to block. So being able to drop your character, gain the MP to go up to 6, put that guy back in their hand, swing with your whole board for 3, happened against me all the time. I just did not see this card coming with Vixen. He was able to stifle my Harleys. He would let me think that they were going to die in this next combat. He would attack and I'd block with them and then get ready to block that second attack, and then he would just right on target it back to my hand. Joke's on you, the battle card's back to his hand, and attack with everything again. And he just knew that I would want to play down that Harley again or play something else. And the next turn he drew so many cards he could just right on target right again, swing for 3 again. The victory point gain was substantial. It is only 2 less than Unexpected Turnaround, but this deck wants to keep all its guys on the board. It's not like a Blue Beetle cheat 'em out deck, so being able to just bounce their guys or situationally bounce one of your own can be really nice. I would say like 9 times out of 10 you're only going to bounce theirs, but it's a very powerful card. I would try to fit it into more decks. It is a very good tempo play. Moving on to the battle cards here, play 3 Strength 1 battle card. This card says, draw a card, then discard a card. It gives you 2 MP. Almost every battle card, I think, in this deck gives you MP to make sure you can pay for every event that you rock. So with Vixen out, this card says, draw a card, discard a card, and then draw a card again. So it ends up being really good value. Gives you 2 MP to perform. I think almost everybody can perform it. Very good card. Next in the 1 slot we play Special 1. This card just filters itself through. It's just a nice little chip damage. You can throw it with the Flash early on. It costs nothing. It's just going to let you see the other cards in your deck. It just says draw a card. It's great ability. Cheap attack, but it does the victory point just like a rank 7 does, and this deck is very fast. Next it plays 3 of this Strength 2 card. This card gives you 2 MP when you play it, and it says, if this card was used by a hero character, you may place an attached card into the discard pile. So, you know, your Vixens and your Cyborgs and your Flashes, you know, they can all be protected when your Deadman, let's see, Deadman, Cyborg, and Vixen can all perform this to remove battle cards from their friends. Since you are an aggro deck, if you're up against those other mid-range or aggro decks that are blocking you with cheap attacks, you can just outlast them with this card, because you can be removing your attached stuff to keep your priority guys on board, and just, you know, keeping your guys longer alive just to throw the attacks that you're drawing a boatload of. Next it plays this special 2 card. This card also gives, this card gives 0 MP, but it says if you attack with it, if you have played another battle card with a maximum rank of 5 or less, draw 2 cards. So, so far, except for that strength 2, both, well, first of all, every battle card in the deck is rank 5 or less. So any other battle card with this will get it going, and that's amazing. Free draw power is always good. Especially because most of the other cards in the deck draw cards as well. You draw cards into this to draw more cards, to make sure that the next turn you're going to have all those attacks and you're right on targets. Everything you need, because you're drawing cards so fast. This card's really nice. Usually you almost always want to use it on attacking, and you want it to be the second or third attack that you perform, so that you can activate that effect. But if you're up against Mill, you can always throw it first to not do the effect, just if you don't need the cards and your deck's getting low. You can always do it that way, or use it defensively to not proc the effect, but that's very rare. Next it plays 3 special 4s. This card gives you 2 MP for playing it. Like most of the battle cards in the deck, they're free or give you MP. And it says each player discards a card from their hand. So you can slowly whittle down the cards in your opponent's hand, and with Vixen out, you're going to replace that card. So you stay where you were, and your opponent goes down a card. This is really nice if they are starting to get locked out, or they only have a couple cards in their hand, or only 1 card in their hand. You really can start to shut them down in the later parts of your aggro with this. Especially when they only have 2 or 3 cards, and you're attacking with all 3 characters, and you perform this attack, and they discard down to 2 cards, and it's like now you know at least 2 attacks are getting through, if they're holding 2 battle cards, and then they're at no cards in hand, while you're just keep drawing with everything else in the deck, so it becomes really a potent attack. Lastly, he plays 2 of these multi-4. I think this card's in here just because it's something that anybody can perform. It gives you MP, it still qualifies for that special 2, and it's just kind of a whatever attack that you're guaranteed that somebody can throw. There might be a better choice than this, not too sure. Matt's going to have a little write-up to go alongside this video, and maybe he'll have a little bit more explanation as to this choice. I think it's just because everybody can throw it. It's good value at the 2 MP. It's, you know, you can run it alongside with the special 4 because it's multi. But yeah, the deck is really strong and really fast. It was gaining MP like crazy. I encourage you to try this one out, and make sure you account for Vixen, because she is very good. See you next time.